In this video, we're going to look at the slope-intercept form of a line. If you have the slope m and the y-intercept b for a line, you can write the equation of that line, and it is of the form y equals mx plus b. Y and x are your independent and dependent variables. B is your y-intercept, and m is your slope. Let's look at an example. So we're going to find the slope and the y-intercept of the line negative x plus 3y equals 6. So in order to find those quantities, we're going to need to put it in this form. So that means we need to solve for y. So I'm going to add x to both sides to move the x over to the right, and I'm going to write it as positive x plus 6. And now I'm going to divide both sides by 3, and you do have to divide the entire side by 3. When I do that, those 3's cancel, so we get y equals. Now this is solved for y, but it's not in the form mx plus b. So to put it in that form, we need to split this into two fractions. So I'm going to split it into x over 3 plus 6 over 3. And to really put it in this form, I need to write the coefficient of the xm out front of the x. Well, x over 3 can be written as 1/3 x, and b can be written as 6 over 3. That can be written as 2. Okay, so therefore the slope is the coefficient of the x. You just read it off, 1/3. And the y-intercept b is equal to positive 2. Do include that sign there. Okay, and this example, we're going to write the equation of the line that goes through the points 2, 2 and negative 1, 1 in slope-intercept form. Well, we don't have the slope or the y-intercept here, so we'll have to find both. So first let's find the slope m. Okay, given 2 points, we can find the slope between them as y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So y2 minus y1 is 1 minus 2 over x2 minus x1 is negative 1 minus 2. So my numerator becomes negative 1 and my denominator is negative 3. The negatives cancel to give me positive 1/3. So that's my slope. Now I also am going to need to find the y-intercept b. The way we can do that is by plugging in one of the 2 points into the equation of the line, y equals mx plus b, except let's go ahead and plug in m. Since we know m is 1/3, let's write it as 1/3 x plus b. Now both of these points are on the line, so they both satisfy this equation, so we can plug in either of the 2 points and you'll get the same b. I'm going to go with 2, 2. I'm going to plug that in here. So when x is 2, y is 2, they're both 2. So we'll have 2 equals 1/3 times 2 plus b. So solving here, that gives me 2 equals 2/3 plus b. And now I need to subtract, let's see, 2/3 from both sides to solve for b. So 2 minus 2/3 equals b. 2 I can write as 6/3 to get a common denominator. So 6/3 minus, oops, that's a 2 there. I just magically changed that 2 to a 3. 2/3, 2/3. So I get, therefore, that means therefore, b equals 4/3. Okay, so let's bring that and my slope over here, put them together to write the equation of my line. So y equals m x plus b. And we want to keep the variables y and x just as y and x, we don't want to plug in any points because those are our variables. So in the equation of the line, you want to have your variables x and y. And last, we're going to find the equation of a line by looking at its graph. So in this one, let's see, we can actually clearly read off the y-intercept, which is nice. So b is -3, but I can't read off the y slope quite as easily. But I can read off at least one other point, and that is this point. So let's write both of these points in coordinate form. This is the point -6, 0. And this is the only other point that's clearly marked on the line, and it is 0, -3. So to compute my slope, I'm going to use this one as my x1, y1, and I'll use this point as my x2, y2. Okay, then I compute slope between them. So let's see, y2 minus y1 is -3 minus 0 over 0 minus -6, 0 plus 6. So -3 over +6, which reduces to -1/2. And we know that b is -3 from that, so that's enough information to put them together and write the equation of our line. And that is it for slope-intercept form of the equation of the line.